Hey guys, so welcome back to Tybee Time. I'm going to make chicken and biscuits. Tonight I had roasted a whole chicken. This is what's left over from the chicken I roasted. This is what I cut off of the bones and I'm going to keep for sandwiches and such. But in here, in my crock pot, this is the carcass from the chicken. Leg I didn't use. You know, like just bits and pieces, things I didn't use. But I liked, all right, here's a wing. I like to keep the bones because that's where all the goodness comes from. I'm going to make a bone broth. And so right now, this is where I'm at. I left, look, I had an onion in the carcass. I had a big bunch of thyme leaves in there. And I'm going to leave all that in there. And I'm going to add a bunch of water to this. And I'll show you what else I add to it. And this is what I'm going to do to make a really great chicken and biscuit. So stay with me. Okay, so I'm going to just like roughly chop all of these vegetables. I've got celery here with the leaves. I love the leaves. When I make soups and whatnot, I always leave the leaves on. There's a lot of flavor coming from them. So like I said, just a rough chop. Because once all of this has simmered overnight, I'm going to strain out all of the bones and anything. I'm going to make it very very smooth and clear. I want it to be a clear broth at the end. And then I'm going to turn it into chicken and biscuits. I have been craving chicken and biscuits for so long now. And I'm getting closer to it. So like I said, see, just rough chop. And I've got a bunch of garlic here. I don't even really have to chop this. But whatever, a rough chop. And then I've got an onion. And then I'm going to put a bunch of water in on top. I am somebody that I love thyme leaves. And I do have some fresh thyme leaves that I'm going to put in here also. Okay, so here's my vegetables in here. Let me cut that in half. So the crock pot's going to do the work overnight. And I will come back in the morning. Wait, first before I do this, I have to put the water in. So I've got water here. You know what? I might need more. I do need more. Just a little bit more water. I'm trying to get around my little puppy here. Here he is. Griff, say hi. Hi, this is Griffin O'Grady. That's my puppy. And he loves to get underfoot. So let me get a little more. Let me get a little more water over it. Okay, so I got a little bit more water. I'm going to top this off. I'm going to put the top on the crock pot. And I'm going to let it roll. I didn't salt or pepper it yet because I'll wait and do that at the end. Right now, I've got it on low. And I think I'm going to leave it on low overnight because it's going to be, quite a few hours. And I'll come back in the morning and let you guys see what's going on and how I turn it into chicken and biscuits, which I can't wait for. Now, where's the pup? Griff, where are you, bud? Oh. Griffin, there he is. All right, say bye to everybody. We'll see you in the morning. Okay, hey guys. Good morning. So this has been on low all night. And let's see. Oh, I wish you could smell this. The entire house smells so good. And it's one of those cold, rainy, yucky Saturdays. And I have this. Now, what I'm going to do next is put this through a strainer. And let me see if I can find it really quick here. There it is. I am going to put this over my Dutch oven and pour this in through here and get everything out of there. And I'm gonna throw it all away. It's done its job. The vegetables have, you know, boiled all of their flavor from them. The chicken that's in there, same thing. It's not gonna have any flavor left. So I'm gonna have a really great chicken broth, which at the point where it's strained, you could use it to make a big pot of soup. But like I said, I am so, oh my goodness, I can't wait to have chicken and biscuits. And I have all the rest of the chicken I showed you that I cut off the bones last night. I'm going to chop that all up. And so let me get at it. I'm going to strain this and put it back on the stove and show you what I'm going to do from there. All right, guys, here, ooh, is this beautiful broth. Look at the steam coming out of that. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to fish out a lot of the big stuff because this is heavy. And I'm going to put it in this bowl over here for now, just because I'm going to drain out the rest of the juice that is going along with it. But you see how much big stuff there is in here? See what I'm saying? And then when I get most of this big stuff out, I'm going to run it through over here. I really like a clear broth. All of the flavor is in here. Most people that you'll see, if you're looking up, you know, recipes for chicken and biscuit, they'll just start with onions, carrots, and celery, and then make a roux, and then pour canned or boxed chicken broth or chicken stock. And you know what? That's great. That's wonderful. And I've done that in the past as well. But like I said, I roasted a chicken last night. And if you've got a chicken roasted, don't waste it. Don't waste the carcass. Don't waste all this goodness. This is what they call a bone broth. And oh my gosh, there's a lot of really good vitamins and nutrients and stuff that comes with that. All right, so I've pulled out a lot of that. And now I'm going to strain this through right here. Oh, see, there's still a bunch of stuff in there. Look at the chicken still in the bottom. But that is going to be a beautiful broth. And I'm also going to strain everything from that pot that I put it all in. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. So now, what I'm trying to tell you is I don't have to put onions and celery. There was a bunch of thyme that I had put inside the cavity of the chicken that I roasted last night. So this is filled with thyme and garlic. There's garlic cloves. As a matter of fact, I know I fished one out just a minute ago. There's all kinds of garlic cloves. Here's one right there. Oh, you don't need to leave that in there. So anyway, that's how I strain it. And then I'm going to put the pot on the stove, and then we're going to come back and I'll show you how I thicken it up and put the chicken and vegetables in. Okay, hey guys, I just want to show you really quick. I pulled all that chicken out of the fridge that I told you that I cut off the carcass last night. And I just diced up both of the thighs that came off of it and one side of the breast. There's still a breast left. I'm going to, I think, slice that up and make sandwiches, but this looks like a lot of chicken to me. It should be plenty. So I'll come back. Okay, guys, so like I showed you, I already cut up the chicken. Right now, I'm taking out, this is mixed vegetables, frozen. And I'm going to defrost 2 cups of mixed frozen vegetables. I've got some cornstarch here. I'm going to make a slurry. And what a slurry is something that you create to thicken this beautiful broth. So we're going to thicken the broth. I'll probably put a splash of a heavy cream in there as well. Just want to show you the ingredients that I'm using. Okay, guys, this is what I'm going to do to make a slurry to thicken up my broth. And I did say before I was going to use cornstarch, but I'm not. This is a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. And I have some very cold chicken stock. Oh, hang on. Griffin, what's the problem? You got to go outside, bud? All right. Hang on, I'll be back in a second. He's a baby. He's got to go out. Sorry about that. So 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. And now I have, this is refrigerated chicken stock that I had. And I'm going to put in a 1/2 cup of that. You need to have it cold. I'm going to put a little more than a 1/2 cup. You need to have it ice cold because my broth that I have on the stove is hot. So adding a cold slurry is the way to roll on this. So now I'm just going to whisk this together to get all the lumps out. And I actually have a lot of broth on the stove, so you have to kind of eyeball it by the amount of liquid that you're thickening. And I have at least 8 cups of chicken broth. I'm making the chicken and biscuits I was talking about. So this is going to be another video that's kind of involved in another video. So this is how I'm thickening my broth. Okay, so I'm going to keep stirring this around and stirring this around, and I'm going to get over to the stove and show you how it goes. Okay, let's do this. Here's my broth I'm going to thicken. I've got it on a really, 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 really low temperature right now. Let me bring that up a little bit higher. When you are thickening gravies or stews or, you know, something like this, a broth, it needs to be really hot. And like I said, the slurry that you're going to add to it, if this is the direction you decide to go in, has to be very, very cold. I mean, there's other options for thickening, but this is the way I'm going to do this. Okay, so that's nice and hot. And I've got my slurry right here. And I'm going to add it. I'm going to add all of it right in there because I'm hoping that this is enough. Like I said, this is a lot of broth that I'm thickening. Okay. Let me get all that out of the bowl here. And there's a couple lumps. Let's get those lumps out. Okay. Yeah, I just threw that into the sink. I'm going to get a bigger whisk. Here we go. All right, let's see how this rolls. I hope that's enough. We're going to keep stirring and stirring. What's the matter, bud? I'm sorry, my pup's back here again. Dude, you just came in. We should be good, right? Yeah, you okay? Here, let's say... Can you say hi to everybody? Oh, say hi, Griffin O'Grady. This is Griffin O'Grady. He's 12 weeks old. I love him. Okay, let me get back to this. All right. Watch out, bub. Okay, good boy. Okay, so let's just let this go for a couple minutes and keep on stirring. I'm going to stir consistently and see how thick it gets. Right back. Okay, guys, I have been stirring consistently for almost 5 minutes. And, you know, it's thickened some. It's not as thick as I would like it to be. I would like it to be thicker. But once it comes to a boil, usually that's as thick as it's going to get. And it has reached a boiling point. I just turned the temperature down a touch. I'm going to add a bit of heavy cream at the end. So this is what I'm going to leave it at, this consistency. I just want to say to you, please don't just throw more flour in a pot like this. It's not the way to roll. I think just go with, maybe make another slurry if you feel it isn't thick enough, but don't just throw more flour in, okay? So that is how I thicken my broth. Thanks for watching. And I'll be back to show you the rest of my chicken and biscuit recipe. Okay, so now is biscuit time. I'm going to bake biscuits I purchased from the grocery store. And in the past, I've made my own biscuits, and they were really good. But also in the past, I put the biscuits on top of a casserole. Like I would dump all of the gravy for the chicken and biscuits into a casserole dish and then put the biscuits on top of it and let them cook that way, which tasted great. The problem is that the biscuits drink up all of the juice when they're in the casserole dish. So this is, I don't do it like that anymore. So those are going in the oven for the package instructions. And I'm going to put them in for 15 minutes. And then at the end, I'm going to drop some, I'm going to put some heavy cream in on top of that. Hey guys, so like I always say that I'm never going to do something without showing you. I don't feel like there's enough vegetables that are in here. So I have the frozen vegetable bag. Oh, now I'm throwing it on the floor. All right, I just want more vegetables. Look at the chunk. There we go. Yeah, I needed some more vegetables in this pot. It wasn't enough. So that's going to take a few more minutes for that to come to temperature, but I definitely needed something more. Okay, guys, so the timer just went off. Look at my biscuits. Oh, aren't they beautiful? They are. So the biscuits are ready. I'm going to set them up on the stove. And I just put more of the frozen vegetables into this chicken and biscuit gravy. So I'm going to wait a minute or two to let that come to temperature, and then I'm going to add my cream, and then we're going to put it on top of the biscuits. Oh, those biscuits look so good, don't they? Are you kidding me? Okay, guys, so I just grabbed my heavy cream, and I poured about a cup of it. And I'm going to put this right in, and let's see if that's enough to thicken it just enough. I don't know. I like to get everything out of it by doing that, dipping it. All right, let's set it there for now and stir. So there, that should be the final result. And then we're going to bust open a biscuit and pour this on top. But I'm going to put the lid back on here and let it simmer for just a few more minutes, okay? And then I'll show you the end result. Okay, guys, I just busted up one of the biscuits. I'm going to put some of the gravy over the top of it. And I'm going to have that. Oh my God, that looks so good. Let me grab a fork. Oh my God, that looks so good. I wish you could smell this. It smells so good. Oh. Oh my gosh. You guys, this is so good. Thanks for watching Tidy Time.